Hey everyone, happy
Happy
Thanksgiving!
Thanksgiving.
We hope that you've had a pretty good day and that it's been restful and relaxing. Thanks for joining us tonight.
We're going to take some time to reflect on the year and all the things that we're thankful for. We'll also hear a brief message and do some activities together. Hope you enjoy.
What are you thankful for this year? It's such a common question, and we have gotten used to being asked that question, and we often give very similar answers. You'll hear people being thankful for their family, for their friends, for their community, and those are all amazing things to be thankful for. And right now, what we want to do is just give everyone an opportunity to write those things down. And so if you're on your phone or on your computer, or even if you have a piece of paper lying around, whatever it is, I want you to pull that out and just start listing out things that you're thankful for. And try to list out as many things as possible. Think back to all the different things that happened in 2020, and just write them down. Draw from different areas of your life, different events that happened, and then just start to reflect and let that attitude and posture of thankfulness fill your heart as you think through this past year and all the amazing ways that God has shown up in your life, that family members have shown up in your life, and friends, and just write those things down. Let's reflect and let's be thankful, and write these things down so we can look back and just be joyful and thankful to God for all his blessings.
Sorry that I can't go forward on my own. Oh no, oh no, oh. And it's how it goes. I can see why I got lost. Chasing places I've never been.
We have so many reasons to be thankful, and one of those reasons is the family and friends that we have been able to rely on and lean on throughout this difficult 2020 with coronavirus and all that's came with it. So we've been able to reflect on all the things we've been thankful for. But right now, we want to take it to the next level. So we invite you to, right now, text 3 different people in your life who have had a special role in making your 2020 a valuable and special year. We all have people in our lives that we've had to lean on during this time, that have listened to us, cared for us, and just looked out for us. And so right now, I want you to text those 3 people. Take the next few minutes to do that. You can tell them something special that you remember about them, maybe something that they did for you, a way that they really stepped in and took care of a need for you. Maybe you can text them something that you appreciate about their personality, or just something that you respect about them in general. Whatever it is, I can promise you that they will be so encouraged to hear from one of their friends just how important and how special their efforts have been in making this year a good year, even though there's been so many things going on. So go ahead and make that happen. Text 3 people that you are thankful for.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Hey, let's hop into Psalm 136 together. Turn my Bible the right way up. Psalm 136 in verse 1. Here's what it says. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. Now, have you ever heard the phrase, you can't see the forest for the trees? Some of you maybe have, some of you maybe haven't, but think about it this way. Imagine a little kid is with his family at Disney World, and when they're at Disney, they get there and they walk through the gates and they're so excited, and the kid's excited, the parents are excited, and they're walking towards their first roller coaster type thing for the kid to go on with his dad and his mom, and they're all so excited about. On the way to that first ride, the little kid, like in the amusement parks where they have those little stands on the right side or left side, and they have games where if you win, you get one of these little teddy bears. And so when they're walking past to go to this ride, the kid, it catches his eye. He loves Frozen, the movie, and so he sees this little Olaf teddy bear, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing! I want that!" And so he asks his dad. He's like, "Dad, please, can we go and play this game so that I can get this?" And so the dad, he's like, "Okay, son, let's go get this little Olaf." And so they play the game, and the kid wins, and he gets this little Olaf, and he is so excited about little Olaf. And for the rest of this, so they just got there. They just got to this Disney World park, and they're so excited. And this kid is so excited now about his toy. And so while they have the whole rest of the day to enjoy the park, the kid is so excited about his little toy, his little teddy bear Olaf that probably in like a few days he's just gonna totally forget about. But in the moment, he was so excited about this little, it was a nice thing, this little nice teddy bear that he completely missed for the rest of the day. He missed the park that is so good. Any of you ever even seen videos of it or have been there yourself, you know how great this park is. But this little kid, because he was so excited and so grateful about this little toy that he got, he missed the whole park. He missed the whole day because he was so excited about what he had in his hands at the moment. And that's exactly what that phrase means. Can't see the forest for the trees. You miss the forest, you miss the big thing because you're so focused maybe on something that's in your hands that maybe, is good and you're grateful for it. But maybe there's more to it. Maybe there's so much more that you can enjoy, but you're missing it. And this kid is missing it because he sees this tree and he can't see the forest. He can't see what's bigger. And for a lot of us, 2020 has come with its ups and downs, and there are some of us who have had things that we're not necessarily there are things that have been difficult this year, but at the same time there's definitely things that we can be thankful for. And I know for many of us who've just been following along, Freddie and Philip and Consuela have been leading us through a little activity to write out a list of things and some things that we're thankful for this year. Even in the midst of hardship, there are things that we're thankful for. We wrote them down. We maybe even texted some people and told them, "Hey, we're thankful for you." And I'm grateful that we have that kind of opportunity. But I wonder, is there a chance that we are maybe even a little bit like this little kid? A little bit like this little kid who has these things or this thing that he's grateful for, that he misses what is really so good, something that is so much greater than what's right in front of him, the thing that he's thankful for. And if we go back to Psalm 136, if we look at this whole chapter, there's 26 verses here. And in each of these verses, the psalmist is writing and he's saying, "God, thank you for these things." And he's very much like many of you and I. He writes things that he's thankful for. He's thankful for God's sovereignty. He's thankful for the things that God has done for him, the things that God has given him and his people and his family and the Israelites, and how he's brought them from a difficult time to a better time. And maybe those are things that you're thankful for this year. You're thankful that God has brought you out of maybe some hardships and you're growing and you're getting better and things are getting better, or you have something that you're thankful for, a person that you're thankful for, a family member that you're thankful for. Those are all good things. And that's really, he does that in this in this chapter, in chapter 136. But something really interesting that I would like all of us to really notice is in the Hebrew, in the Old Testament, in the Bible, they did something very specific that maybe we don't think about as much today. But the way that they did it is that the order of things that they listed things showed the importance of them. And so, yes, he lists some things. He thanks God for certain things and for certain ways that things that he's given them or things that he's helped them with. But what does he say first? What is the very first thing that he thanks God for? The most important thing that he thanks God for. And if you look at this, verse 1, give thanks to the Lord. Why? Why should I give thanks? Why on Thanksgiving should I give thanks? Why should you give thanks on Thanksgiving? And here's the most out of all things that he lists out, out of everything that he writes out, here's the most important thing that he wants to communicate. He says, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. For he is good. That is the most important thing that he wants to communicate to his people. And really, this psalm was meant to be read almost as like an assignment. Like he's telling the people that are reading, that are listening to him, he's telling them, hey, listen, this is your task. This is what you need to do. You need to give thanks to the Lord. Why? Because he is good. Because he is good. Yes, you can give thanks to him for many, many, many other reasons, but the first and most important reason that you need to give thanks to God is because he is so good. He is so good. And think about it like the little kid at Disney Park, at Disney World, whatever it's called. The kid's walking around and yeah, he's enjoying this little toy that he's got. He's thankful for this little toy, and that's cool. It's cool that he's thankful for it. But he's missing the entire Disney World experience. He's missing the Animal Kingdom. He's missing Epcot Center. He's missing Mickey and Minnie walking around and taking pictures with them. That's what he's missing because he's thankful for the thing that he's got in front of him. And, you know, if we're from this perspective, we're like, kid, come on, bro. Like, there's so much more that you have to be thankful for. There's so much more for you to experience. Don't miss the big picture. Don't miss the most important part of the park for this little toy that you have. And sure, the things that we're thankful for, maybe they're more than a toy. Maybe they're family. They're people who we love. And we're thankful to God, just like the psalmist is. He's thankful to God for the things that God has given them. But he wants to remind us the most important thing, the first and most important thing, is to remember to give thanks to God, for he is good. And, you know, think about it. What if God wasn't good? You know, nobody wants to say, oh yeah, I serve a God who's all right. I serve a God who's okay. He's fine. You know, nobody wants to say that. But why is it that when we think about God, sometimes when we say, okay, who is God to me? Well, yeah, God's fine. God's okay. You know, I don't think necessarily anything too special, but like he's cool. Why could there be something that makes us say that? And I think maybe something that could be deterring us from saying God is so good and we're so thankful for him first and foremost is because we're like this little kid. We're like this little kid who sees the toys, who sees the things, who sees the people, and he's thankful for them. But because we see those things, we miss the forest for the trees. We miss the big picture. We miss the God who is so good, the God who actually gives us those things because we're so focused on those things. So tonight, during Thanksgiving, for you, I want to challenge you. And I want to tell you, hey, happy Thanksgiving. And this Thanksgiving, I want you to see, like the psalmist is telling us, he's giving us this assignment to be grateful to God, for he is good. I want to tell you today, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. First and foremost, before anything else, even before the people that we love the most in the world, even before the things that we hold on to most dearly, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. And we see that through his love. His love endures forever. So tonight, I want to tell you happy Thanksgiving. And I want to encourage you to join me today. And yes, saying thank you, God, for all the things that you've done, all the things that you've given us, all the people who are in our lives. But first and foremost, we thank you, God. We give you praise because you are good. You are more worthy of praise than the things that you've given us. You're more worthy of honor than the things that we hold on to. You are more valuable. You are so much better than the little toy, than the little things, than what is right in front of us. You are so good. So we praise you. We give you honor. We give you glory. We give you the praise. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, just in response to that message about God being a good God and us giving him praise for his goodness, first and foremost, let's really do that. Let's give him praise. And let's sing the song that reminds us of his goodness. Let's sing Good, Good Father together. Words will be on your screen. And I've heard 1,000 stories of what they think you're like, but I've heard a tender whisper of love in the dead of night as you tell that you're pleased and that I'm never alone. You're a good, good father, it's who you are.
Hey, thank you guys for coming. Hope you enjoyed what we had for you today. I'm thankful for all you guys and being able to see you guys all the time, and hope to see you guys on Sunday.